We are in fact back to normal after taking a day away. I hope everybody had a phenomenal Easter, as I unexpectedly took, unexpectedly took a day off yesterday, as Easter Sunday gives a different feel and a different opinion, uh, it was a different day. Let's put it that way. But we got some updates on wrestling news, and let's get to it right now. As Veer Mahan has been gone from NXT programming since NXT Roadblock, and Veer has not been seen. But before he took a brief hiatus again, there was conversations that Veer had been injured, and that's what held off his match with him and Sangha against the Creed brothers, that Veer was injured. So I think it could be a possibility that Veer could be nursing that injury back to full health. But Veer did take to Twitter and let everybody know that he will be coming back soon. So it is good to hear, but I do hope that Veer coming back soon is him being in the tag team division still with Sangha as far as into share, and not Veer going into the tag team, going back to the singles division. It's not that Veer is an incapable singles wrestler, it's that there really isn't much to him outside of the power threat, the undefeated power threat, that once that's done, what do they do from there? And in my opinion, I think that they would be better off keeping him in the tag team division rather than having him go in the singles division. Simple as that. On another health update, Drew McIntyre is suffering a health issue. The health issue was sustained before WrestleMania, and he worked through it at WrestleMania, which is a testament to the physical specimen that Drew McIntyre is, that he was able to work through whatever health issue he was having at WrestleMania because of the craziness of the match with Sheamus and Gunther at WrestleMania, and the fact that in many respects was match of the night. That the physicality, the intensity, the craziness of that triple threat match lived up to expectations 100%. And it made everybody realize just how damn good Gunther, Sheamus, and Drew McIntyre are, especially together. But props to McIntyre for working through whatever injury he has. But I do hope to both Veer and Drew McIntyre that they are able to get back to 100% sooner rather than later. Speaking of injuries, though, last year during the Blood and Guts match, we saw Santana. That was the last time we saw Santana, as Santana suffered a torn ACL during the match and has been on the shelf ever since. I do believe, if my recollection of the story is correct, Santana sustained the injury and his contract expired back in September, but AEW continued to pay him, or has continued to pay him to this day, as he is an injured wrestler, and AEW is, well, paying injured wrestlers. So props to Tony Khan for continuing to pay him even though he's been injured. Props to Tony Khan for, not hesitating to pay him. And, being a good leader. I mean, I would say that Tony Khan has shown some, how do you put it, growing pains, maybe? Is that the right word? Tony's shown some growing pains over the last couple of years, and has put himself in a position where he may not like, somebody with a bit more experience in the profession may not have made the same decisions, but that Tony Khan has been growing, and in some cases, like the Santana situation, where he is still paying him as they extended his contract and are still paying him while he, I'm assuming while he recovers from the injury, but props to AEW for that, and props to Tony Khan for keeping his word and paying injured talent. I do, again, hope nothing but the best for Santana. Speaking of AEW, though, their youngest signing, not named -1, which is Nick Wayne, who is, I guess, finishing high school? I want to say, will be making his AEW debut sooner rather than later, as once he turns 18, which is apparently coming soon, or happening soon, he will be making his AEW debut against Swerve Strickland, which he defeated Swerve for the Defy Championship. He defeated Swerve for the Defy Championship, and they will be having the, what's it called? The tie-breaking match. They will be having the tie-breaking match on a future edition of Dynamite, where Nick Wayne will finally make his AEW debut. As they basically told him, do your work, finish school, and we will give you your spot in AEW when the time comes. Nick Wayne is, I believe, the grandson of Buddy Wayne, which Buddy Wayne is a part of the Fuller, the Wayne Fuller family, which was one of the more prominent wrestling families during the territories, and it is amazing to see another generation of that family being welcomed into the wrestling business and the wrestling brotherhood after all this time, because Robert Fuller and Ron Fuller and Ron Fuller ran the Capital Wrestling Territory, or Continental Wrestling Territory in Alabama, up until 1988, and then Robert Fuller was a manager in both WCW and WWE. So the lineage of the Fuller-Wayne family, it goes deep in professional wrestling, and props to Nick Wayne for being able to get to the point where, it's insane to me that somebody 11 years younger than me is about to make his in-ring debut on national television against one of the better in-ring against one of the better in-ring talents in wrestling in Swerve Strickland. So I look forward to seeing what Nick Wayne can do in his first match on national television. With that being said, though, we got more to talk about, including updates on New Japan and Jeff Hardy in the next news video. So I will see you in the next news video.